Hello everyone and welcome to this Summerswood Nursery welcome meeting. My name is Sarah Nella and I'm the head teacher here at Summerswood, and this unusual meeting is our way of welcoming you all to our school. I'm going to share my screen shortly and show you a variety of information about how we're going to welcome you and your child to our school community. So I'm hoping you can now see my screen where we have a quick nursery welcome. And the first thing I'm going to do is welcome our staffing. So it's going to work. Yes, it is going to work. Excellent. So our nursery team for this year consists of 3 people. Miss Walker, who is the teacher for the year group, and she'll be teaching the Tigers group. Mrs. Hilling will be teaching the Bears group, and she is one of our fabulous nursery nurses. And we've got Mrs. Punter, one of our other nursery nurses, who will teach the Elephants group. We'll talk more about those groups a little later on, but these 3 ladies are going to be your connection to our school. They're going to be the ones that you can ask questions, any worries you've got. These are the ladies who are going to help. One of the things I'm going to talk to you about is our online learning journal, which is called Tapestry. You'll see the information on the screen tells you that it is an online learning journal. So instead of having a book that tells you what your child's been up to, everything's recorded securely online for you to see. And it tracks all of their progress across the year. So you will have access to that. And actually, we ask you to share things that happen at home as well. Things that may link in with what we've done at school, or things that may be completely different. Perhaps they've learned to ride their bike or something along those lines, which we always love to hear about. You'll be able to log on with your own username and password, which you'll get once you've joined our school officially. And you'll be able to see everything that they've been up to whilst they've been in school. There'll be videos, there'll be photos, and information written by the adults working with them as well. You'll only be able to see your own child's activities, nobody else's. So it's all very secure. Moving on to the early years curriculum. The earliest foundation stage is for children aged 0 to 5 years. And so that takes us all the way through nursery and into our reception classes. And it's split into different areas. We've got the prime areas, personal, social and emotional development. We've got communication and language, and we've got physical development, 3 key areas that we're monitoring your child to see how quickly they develop and any support they may need. We've then got the specific areas, which are literacy, maths, understanding of the world, and expressive arts and design. Because we can't have you in school at the moment, here are a few pictures of what our nursery looks like. They seem quite small to me here on the screen, but hopefully you can see how happy your children will be when they come to our nursery. It's bright, it's colourful, and the children have lots of opportunities to take part in many different activities. The way planning works in nursery is that the children have different sorts of time. They have adult-led activities in their key worker groups, which are the bears, the tigers, and the elephants. And then they have some play and learning time, which is where they're engaging in their own activities and adults are supporting them to encourage their learning. There's also different topics that they take part in. Sometimes they're whole school topics that we all take part in across the school. Here's an example of what the daily nursery routine may look like. The morning session runs from 9 o'clock until 12 o'clock. And then we have an hour's lunch session for those that are staying for extended hours. And those who are with us for those extended hours stay with us until 3 o'clock. They come in, they self-register themselves. So there'll be a picture of them, and maybe later in the year there'll be their name written down so they can tell us that they're in school. And there'll be some busy finger activities, things to get those hands really working quickly. There'll be carpet time where the children will sit together, and then they'll have activities with their key worker. there's snack time, we teach phonics, then there's story and home time. It's a very busy day, and I'm sure you'll find that your children are sleeping extra well when they've started in nursery with us. For those children who are staying all day, they get to bring in their own packed lunch from home, and there'll be other activities such as computing, physical education, cooking, music, and games. Usually, we'll be holding home visits for families during September, but at the moment we're feeling that that's not going to be a safe option. So at the moment, the plan is to hold these remotely, either something like this on a Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting, so we can find out more about your child and how we can help them get settled quickly. It will be an opportunity for you to ask any questions that I may not have answered in this meeting, and it will be the opportunity for us to get to know you and your child. We'll be in touch with how you sign up for those meetings, probably in the next few weeks or perhaps early in September. This is our current plan for transition week. We ensure the children come in small groups, get to meet other children slowly and carefully. We're not certain of the government's plans yet, so these dates may change, but this is what we're planning to happen. But on Tuesday, the 22nd of September, your child will be in Group A or Group B, and they'll be invited into school for an hour on Tuesday, the 22nd, and then for a little bit longer on Wednesday, the 23rd. Then on the 24th of September, we'll have all of the children in for part of the morning. And then on Friday, that will be their first full morning session. And the week following, commencing the 28th of September, that's when we'll be doing our normal full session. So if your children are coming in for a full day, that will be happening from that point onwards. The most important people in our nursery life are the children and their parents. And we ask you to be involved as much as you possibly can. We have stay and play sessions where you're invited into the classroom to do an activity with your child and see what they've been up to. You get to come into Parents' Evening where we tell you how well your child has improved so far. We really encourage you to use Tapestry to write any comments about how your child's doing at home, any worries, any improvements. Lots of topics. So if you've got a job that perhaps the children would be interested in, we might invite you in to come and talk about it. We love having families in to share what they're up to. And if your child is unwell or going to be late, we do ask that you contact the school office to let us know so we're not worrying about your child. There'll be more information about that in the pack that has been sent home to you. Next up is school uniform. These two little lovelies showing you what school uniform looks like. We do ask that our nursery children join in and wear a school uniform so that they feel a proper part of our school. We ask that they wear jogging bottoms to keep things quite simple. We also ask you to make sure that the children don't have to have laces on their shoes, otherwise we spend most of our day tying up shoelaces. There's more information about school uniform in the pack that has been sent home, but we do ask that children bring a school bag. We don't ask them to bring a rucksack because we don't have the space for it. Our space is quite limited, so we ask them to bring their book bag, and anything they need can go in there. Things that you must remember. This is the one that you're going to hear every year from now until your child leaves school. All clothes, bags, coats, everything, please make sure it's got your child's name on it. Things have a habit of walking around and disappearing, and our job is to try and get it back to you. And if it's named, that makes it much, much easier for us. We do ask that children bring in a waterproof coat, because even if it rains, we like to be outside still learning with the children. And Be sure to check our school website regularly. There's information from me that usually goes up every Friday, but teachers also update the website with information that the children have been learning, so be sure to look at the nursery page. You can have a look now. It's not quite as it usually would be because of the home learning we're doing, but have a scroll back to see what it's looked like previously. If you've got any worries, any questions, any concerns, just speak to us. You can speak to the nursery team, you can phone into the office, you can catch one of the leadership team who are usually on the gates as the children come in. No question is a silly question, and we are very happy to answer whatever questions you have. I hope that this short presentation has given you an understanding of what life looks like at Summerswood, and I'm sorry that I'm not able to show you our nursery at the moment, but at the moment it's being used for our key worker children, so it's not quite looking how nursery normally looks. But we hope to welcome you in September, where your child will begin a very safe and a very happy journey at Summerswood Primary School. Thank you for joining us, and I do look forward to meeting all of you in the coming weeks and months.